Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a book movie mashup, and what that's going to be is if you like this book, you might like this movie, or if you've seen the movie and not read the book and you enjoyed the movie, you might like the book. So I have 8 examples for you today, and if you like this, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will try to think of some more and come up with a part 2, or as I do come up with them, you know. Anyway, let's get started. So the first book is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I absolutely love this book. It's the first book that I read by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the classic love triangle, but done so well. So in the story, at the very beginning, you find all this out. So nothing that I'm going to tell you today is a spoiler. But in the story, you have a woman and a man madly in love, perfect relationship, perfect marriage. And on their 1-year anniversary, he gets this job opportunity of a lifetime. He goes, his plane crashes, and he's dead. So grieving, she moves home to live with her parents, and she reconnects with an old friend. And then they are now engaged to be married. Except on their engagement party dinner, she gets a call that her husband is actually alive. So now she has to decide who is her one true love. So if you like this story by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I really think that you will like Castaway. And this is the classic 2000 film with Tom Hanks. And it's kind of like the opposite is going on in this one. In this one, you're following the guy that his plane went down and he has been cast away all of this time. It's a great movie. Highly recommend. If you liked one, I definitely think that you would like the other. Next up is Mary Jane by 𝒔𝒂𝒃𝒂𝒔𝒕. I cannot stop thinking about this book, you guys. It's so good. So you have a book set in the 70s, and you follow 14-year-old Mary Jane as she gets a nanny job over the summer for a family that is very different from hers. And it's really like a character-driven story, but it's set in the summertime, and just wild, crazy things happen. And her family is very like, I don't know, goes to church all the time. There's chores around the house. They have very strict ideas, you know, almost a little too far. But in the family that she's nannying for, they're a little bit all over the place. You know, the mom walks around in like a tank top and shorts and like no bra, and their house is a mess, and they don't cook healthy meals. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't, like, I don't know, it's more like a free love environment. And you have this young girl that's never really been in that environment, and how she is kind of like overcoming that and finding her own. It's very much like a coming of age story, but I really loved this one. And I think if you liked this, you will also like Almost Famous. And this is with Kate Hudson. It's literally one of my all-time favorite movies, and it's actually referenced. It says Almost Famous meets Daisy Jones and the Six. And I think the reason why Almost Famous works in this case is because you're following a young reporter leaving his normal day-to-day life to follow this rock band, and the things that he sees is just wild. So I definitely think if you liked the book, you will like the movie, or if you liked the movie, you will like this book. Definitely check both of these out. Next up is Billy Summers by Stephen King, which this is probably my favorite Stephen King so far. I think that you would like Black Hawk Down starring Ethan Hawke. It's also a book. It's also based on like a true story. So Billy Summers is a sniper. He used to be in the military, and now he's out of the military. So now he is a killer for hire, and he is hired for one last job to take out a bad guy, and he has to assume another identity. And he's also writing a book because that's part of his cover story, is that he's an author. And when he's writing a book, he's talking about his time when he was in the military, and especially during those parts, it really reminded me of Black Hawk Down, starring Ethan Hawke. And I looked up a little bit of information because it's definitely been a while since I've seen that movie. It was a 2001 war film directed and produced by Ridley Scott, and it was based on the 1999 nonfiction book of the same name by journalist Mark Bowden about the U.S. military's 1993 raid in Mogadishu. So it has a large cast. It's very it seems like a guy film, you know, but I love those type of movies personally, so yeah. And like I said, when I was reading Billy Summers, especially in the part where he's writing his book talking about his time in the military, I was like, it's reminding me a lot of Black Hawk Down for some reason, so yeah. All right, the next book is From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. You guys know I wasn't a super fan of this book, but I couldn't help but compare it to a movie. In the book, you have two rival ice skaters that team up they're used to solo skating, but now they're teaming up to be a couple pair, like a pair of skaters. And it's like a hate to love type thing. And yeah, I know a lot of people love this book, but if you like this, then I think you would like The Cutting Edge. It is an older movie. 1992 film, The Cutting Edge. This one is a little bit different, as in the male love interest in this one is a hockey player, and then you have a female figure skater, but they team up and they compete in the Olympics. But it's like a hate to love, it's a romantic comedy, and I really remember enjoying that one. So if you liked one, you might like the other. All right, the next one is The Maid by Nita Prose. This is about a maid named Molly who discovers a dead body in the building where she works. And I think if you like this one, then you will like the TV show Only Murders in the Building. This is available on Hulu, starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. These three strangers all live in the same apartment building, and someone gets shot, and they are presumed, it's presumed as a suicide, but they're obsessed with true crime podcasts, so they decide to start their own podcast and find out who really killed Tim Kono. I just finished that one and I absolutely love it, and there is going to be a season 2, which I'm very excited for. All right, the next one is a movie adaptation, and I wasn't trying to do any book to movie adaptations because obviously, if you liked the book, try the movie out, but not enough people are reading this book, so I'm shouting it out. And that is, if you liked American Kingpin, it has a longer title, The Epic Hunt for the Criminal Mastermind Behind the Silk Road by Nick Bilton, I think you should watch the adaptation called Silk Road. And this is also available on Hulu, and it's a much condensed version of this, obviously. But guys, I know it's nonfiction. Nonfiction may not sound interesting to you, but guys, it reads like a thriller, like an action thriller book. So please pick this up and then please watch the movie. I would say read the book. The book is obviously better in this case because it goes into more detail, especially in the beginning part, which is my favorite. The movie much more focuses on the manhunt part of the story. But yeah, both are really good. So definitely, if you liked this, check out the movie, or check out the movie at the very least, you guys. It's so interesting. And then I have two young adult, kid friendly options. So if you liked The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag, which is a graphic novel about a girl that falls off a cliff and goes into the water, and the Selkie like saves her or whatever. It happens over the summer. There's like friendship and kind of eco things going on. I think if you like this, you will like the Disney Pixar film Luca, which is also like a coming of age story, very much surrounded by the water and small towns and all of that. They're both like fantasy coming of age, children's, geared towards children's, but adults can enjoy things. So if you liked this, check out the movie. If you enjoyed the movie, check out this graphic novel. The last one that I want to recommend, this is kind of funny, but if you enjoyed the X-Hex by Aaron Sterling, then you might like the Disney movie. What was it? A Disney Channel movie thing called Halloweentown. This is supposed to be geared towards adults, like it's an adult novel, but this is very much a kids movie. But the town in here, and it's set during their festival, the fall festival, whatever that's called in here. This is very much set around like this fall festival that they have in this town, and so is this. So if you like this, check out this. I haven't watched it in years, but there's actually like 4 different films, and I only remember like the first 2. But yeah, if you like this, check this out. If you liked this, check this out. But those are my recommendations today. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you would like me to do a part 2, let me know that also. If you have any books that you would recommend, like a movie, not like a book to movie adaptation. We're not talking about those. We're talking about books that give off the same vibes in a way. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. That's all I have for you. I hope you're having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye guys.